Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Draw and Chat. In case you don't see in the title, this is my second Draw and Chat, and it's basically going to follow the same format as the first one I did, where I kind of just talk about the stuff that I've been enjoying lately, stuff that I've gotten into, and anyway, yeah, I guess I will start with the thing that I'm actually drawing in this video, and that is the main character, Oto Ai, from Wonder Egg Priority, and that's the first thing that I want to talk about today. I recently watched Wonder Egg Priority, and honestly, I really liked it. I liked it a lot more than I was expecting to like it. Going into this show, I was originally watching it just because the animation looked gorgeous, and something that I've mentioned a couple of times now on this channel in regards to anime is that I will literally just watch something because it looks really good, animation-wise that is, and yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I liked pretty much all of the main characters. There was, a couple that took longer to grow on me. My favorite was definitely Oto Ai, who again is the one that I am drawing in this video. And I can't remember a lot of the other ones' names. Honestly, I'm really bad at remembering names, especially when I watch a show in 1 or 2 days, which is what I did with this show. I basically just marathoned it. The final episode, I think, comes out in June, and honestly, I'm really excited for it because if you haven't seen the show, I won't spoil anything, but the way that it left off, I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? I want to know what happens so bad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was an original anime as well, so it'll be really interesting to see where it goes. But yeah, I definitely recommend this show, but I do have to preface by saying it does cover some sort of heavy topics, considering, how it looks. For me, not knowing anything about it before I watched it, definitely looking at it, I would not guess that it actually was about or dealt with some of the subject matters that it did. But beautiful show, animated beautifully, really, really interesting, and yeah, I really, really liked it. Another show that I watched recently was Death Parade. I have mixed feelings about Death Parade, to be honest. So I heard a lot of really good things about it going in, and just right off the bat, I just want to say I did not dislike this show. I just think that for me, it took a little too long for me to actually feel invested. I was very, very satisfied with the ending. I thought it had a great ending. But yeah, honestly, this is another show that I think, animation looks great. But, I feel like most times I watch things for the characters, and as much as I did like most of the characters in this show. My favorite was definitely Dekim, or whatever his name was, the white-haired guy. I have a thing for the white-haired anime characters. That is my, fatal flaw as a human, I think, is that I always like the white-haired characters. But, yeah, I wanted to know more about the actual characters, and I felt like the episodes in the beginning mainly focused on people that were just sort of showing up once, and then we weren't going to see them again. I wanted to know more about the lore and the world, and I don't know if this show is based on a manga or a light novel or anything like that, but if it is, I should probably look into it because there's probably way more to it than we got in the 12 episodes that the anime was given. But yeah, honestly, I don't not recommend this one, but definitely for me did take a while for me to actually feel okay, I'm fully in this now. But yeah, like I said, I really, really like the ending, and that might have been its saving grace for me. Also, in anime news, real quick, in terms of what I am currently watching, I actually am sort of in the process of rewatching some old series. I am halfway through my Saitama rewatch, which I said I was going to do in my anime opening tier list video. Saitama is just such a fun, feel-good show. Definitely recommend that one if you're looking for that kind of show. Just about friends, and it's weird and fun and crazy. And yeah, I love Saitama. I haven't seen it since it originally came out in 2012. And then after that, I'm probably gonna rewatch Yuri on Ice just because I don't know, I've been having a craving for that lately. I am still in the process of finishing Fruits Basket Season 2. I'm pretty sure Season 3 either just started or is starting soon, because I'm pretty sure I heard at least it was supposed to start in April. But I'm also in the middle of my Fruits Basket reread, so I've been kind of like reading along and like watching after I read the chapters and stuff. So yeah, that's been really fun and interesting. Now, getting away from anime news in terms of what I have been into lately, another thing that I have been getting into, or getting back into I should say, is games. I have taken a long break on playing video games, mostly just because I've been busy with all kinds of stuff, but back in December I finally was able to get my hands on a Nintendo Switch. It took like forever for them to become available, and I finally was able to play / start the new Animal Crossing game, because I played, New Leaf on the DS when that came out. I played that game for like 4 years straight, like pretty much every single day, and that's kind of what I've been doing with New Horizons as well. I've been playing it like every single day, and I realized like some people really speedrun this game. Like, I like to build up my town slowly. I'm still figuring out kind of how I want to structure it, but I have like a pretty good idea of aesthetically where I'm going with that. So yeah, that's been really fun. I love getting ideas from other people's towns on like Pinterest and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, you people make your towns look so good. Like, I feel like I try so hard to make my town look good, but I'm like, what? Like, I just like don't have like the ideas that a lot of these people have. But aside from that, I've also been replaying the original Little Nightmares game, because the second one came out, like a couple months ago at this point, and I want to play the second one so bad. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to play it till like this summer, when my schedule gets a little less busy, but I've seen some stuff from the second game and I'm really excited to play it, because I really like the first one, and I realized I never played the little DLC when I originally got it, so I've been going through and doing that too, and like, man, I don't consider myself someone who's like scared by things like scary movies or scary games. Like, I willingly participate in consuming that kind of media, but they're Little Nightmares, man. Like, the bosses or enemies or whatever that you have to battle, no thank you. Like, no. Like, listen, I'm still afraid to go into my basement. I'm still afraid of the dark. I'm like, now you're showing me like these creepy deformed humanoid thing. I'm like, I'm not about that, but I am, I guess, because I keep playing it and going back for more. Yeah, another game that I have to finish, which I actually got almost a year ago, I'm now realizing, is Ghost of Tsushima. I really enjoyed this when I, started it. I have not finished it. I don't exactly know how far along I am in the game, but that is another game I need to finish, because, yeah, as I'm getting back into games, when I can fit it into my schedule, I'm gonna have to completely relearn the controls for that one though, because it has been so long since I played it. But like I said, I really liked the little bit of it that I did get to play, and I would recommend that one. And as you all know, if you've seen my other videos at least, is that I am still playing The Last of Us. I played it over 100 times since it originally came out. Gonna pretend that the second game doesn't exist. I have a whole hour-long video on that on my channel, which again, I am not recommending you that video because it is an hour long. But yeah, I'm always playing The Last of Us. At this point, it's just like for me to try to like beat my time or like collect all the collectibles or just stuff like that. I don't know, there's just something about that first game, just I can't quit it. Like, it's just so good to me. It's still my favorite game of all time, so at least there's that. So yeah, I'm trying to get back into games, finishing games that I started, and replaying some old games as well, because it's always fun to revisit old things that you enjoy. And next up on the agenda, I guess, of things that I want to talk about today is my comic. Yes, in case you don't know, I am doing an original comic. I have decided that the first chapter is going to come out in June, hopefully. I am really aiming for June. But I've been working on that a lot lately. If you follow any of my art accounts, I did post a little tidbit type of thing talking about two of the main characters. As always, my art links are in the description below if you do feel like checking them out. But yeah, I guess I will reveal the name in this video. I mean, I'm gonna post probably when the first chapter was released, a whole video talking about it, giving more information. But the name of my comic is A Time Traveler and His Vampire Companion. A mouthful, I know. But honestly, funny enough, that was the working title for it when I first came up with the idea in 2015. And it sort of just stuck. So yeah, I kept it. That is the title of my comic. I'm going to be releasing it, I'm pretty sure, on a webcomic site called Tapas, I think it's pronounced. But yeah, there will be all kinds of updates on that leading up. I am in the process of finishing the first draft for my second book, which I am actually aiming to be done with sometime at the end of May. I definitely want to be done before June 1st because I've been slowly working on my comic, the first chapter of my comic, as I've been working on this other stuff, but I really want to be able to just like dive head on into the comic and work on that. So yeah, once I hand off that first draft of my second book to my editors, I will be able to work on my comic. I'm honestly so excited to do my comic. Like I said, this is an idea that I've had since 2015. And yeah, I don't know, I guess this was the year that I finally was like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Like, there's no point waiting around. Like, I always do this thing where I convince myself, like, oh, well, now it's not the right time, or I'll do it when I feel like I'm at this skill level. And I'm like, no, just do it. Because no matter when you start, you're always gonna look back on the stuff that you did and you're gonna realize like how much you improved over time. So really, like, there is no, oh, I'll start when this happens. Like, no, if you want to do something, like, just do it now. And yeah, it might not be up to your standard of perfection in the future, but like, honestly, like, most people are not going to view it the same way as you. And as someone who is an artist and a perfectionist, that is a really hard thing to accept. But I'm ready. You know, I feel ready to finally put this thing out there, and I really think at the end of it, it might be one of the best things that I've ever done, which is crazy to say because I'm aiming to release a chapter every month to 2 months. It depends on kind of how long it takes me to storyboard and sketch and line art and color and do all this stuff with the chapters, because, you know, there's a process. But especially this summer, I'm hoping I can kind of get ahead of it before I get my draft back from editors for my book, and then I'll have to work on that and blah blah blah. It's a whole thing, whatever. But yeah, basically that is a really big thing on the horizon in terms of my art. And like I said, all of my art accounts are linked below, so if you are interested or just happen to like my art, please do give them a little look-see. And yeah, that's kind of all that I have to talk about this time. Here is the final result of this little sort of speed paint-ish thing. And as always, thanks for watching, and yeah, I guess I'll see you guys later.